This is Glen Colello at Catch a Healthy Habit Cafe in West Haven, Connecticut. I'm here with Frank Giglio, and we're going to talk a little bit to Frank about a recent activity he partook in this weekend. But just to review a little bit about the cafe, we are rocking. We're coming up on our 6-month anniversary. August 9th, we're going to be having a huge party from 2 o'clock until whenever, live music, all kinds of awesome raw food. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And then the prior night, on August 8th, we are having a band called Glass Fence. Glass Fence will be coming all the way from California to jam here at Catch a Healthy Habit Cafe. And the really fun part about this is during the breaks, we're going to be showing an amazing documentary called Loose Change. So if you're interested or you have any questions about what happened on 9/11/2001, come that night, listen to some awesome music, and also see clips from Loose Change. So again, we're here with Frank Giglio. And Frank, tell the YouTube audience what you did this past Saturday.
All right, so Saturday morning at 4 a.m. I ran the Vermont 100, which is a 100-mile foot race through the steep hills of central Vermont. It's a 30-hour cutoff time. About 275 runners started the race. About 70% of them finished. I finished in a time of 22 hours and 54 minutes.
Wow.
Around 42nd place out of all the finishers. Also included with the running race is a horse race. So there is about, I think, 50 to 60 horses running or galloping as well through the race. So that was an interesting aspect to a long, long day of running.
So tell the audience a little bit about, what you were going through. I've run a few races in my day, and I know I've run a half marathon, and you get up on mile 9 or mile 10, and you're like, wow, I've only got 3 miles left or 4 miles left. So you get to mile 40, and you have 60 miles left. So talk to us a little bit about the mental aspect of running a race like that.
Okay, well, really, the race doesn't truly start until probably the 50-mile mark. So as crazy as it sounds, the first 50 miles is really just a warm-up, and it's when you really want to take it a little bit easier in the beginning. You definitely don't want to go out too fast, because that could really throw you off towards the end of the race. If the heat is going to be a factor, which it was this weekend, that's when you really want to take it easy during the hotter parts of the day. So it's about being patient.
Yeah.
And it's about holding back. Running for 100 miles, you're not going to be running 6-minute miles or 7 or 8-minute miles. So you gotta let your body run slower than you're normally used to, and just going out there and putting one foot in front of the other. One of the guys I run with, he always uses a mantra: constant forward momentum. So you just want to keep going, keep pushing, but not too hard, too fast, and just staying fueled and staying hydrated, and that's a key factor.
Well, let's talk about that, staying fueled and staying dehydrated. So 22 hours from when you started the race to when you finished the race, and doing this all raw.
Yeah.
You've been raw for some time. You stayed raw during your training, and you continue to be raw. So talk about 100 miles raw and stop points and what you consumed and how you felt while you consumed, and just clue us into a little bit about that.
Well, Friday going into the race, I mostly did blended foods and juices. I wanted to really give my digestive system a break leading up to the race, so that I didn't have to worry about my body working overtime from Friday night into Saturday. So I did a lot of like banana, coconut water, and kale smoothies. Did lots of probably at least a half-gallon worth of watermelon and cucumber juice, and that was very hydrating and alkalizing. And then Saturday, I had a crew. The good thing about Vermont is that you can get water or an aid every 3 to 4 miles. So you'd always know there's a spot to get nourishment. being a raw foodist, there's not always the food you'd want to eat at the aid stations. So I had a crew, which they would meet me at 9 different spots throughout the race. I carried 2 20-ounce bottles. One bottle would be coconut water, and the other one would be some raisins soaked in water. So that would be kind of like my sort of Gatorade, give me a little flow of sugar. And when those bottles went out in between stations, I would just do water. And then I ate completely all fruit. So a lot of watermelon, some oranges, bananas, and dates. I try to do dates maybe 1 every 15 minutes or so. Coming up to aid stations, they did have a lot of melon and bananas, so I'd eat. The melon was great, especially in the warmer weather, and it kept me hydrated. The biggest problem is you lose the need and wanting to eat food. So you really, over that time, you have to force yourself to eat. So like chewing dates after 15, 16 hours just kind of became a chore.
Yeah.
And so the lighter foods like watermelon and the bananas, which are just easier to take down, that's what I'd kind of get into.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. Now here we are. This is the Wednesday after the weekend that you just ran this 100 miles, and so post-race, just quickly walk us through how you felt Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and obviously I know looking at you and listening to you feel great today, but just quickly walk us through that.
Sunday was tough. I was definitely running on adrenaline and getting really, I only got about 2 hours of sleep after the race, so I was kind of major need of calories and just was kind of going through the motions all day, and when I got home, I think I just kind of passed out and went to bed and got about 13 or 14 hours of sleep. Yesterday, or Monday and Tuesday, I just kept up with lots of bananas, mainly because I had so many extra ones, but did a lot of kale, did mostly like smoothies and just try to get in as much food as I could. And then yesterday, a lot of, banana, kale, and coconut water smoothies, and just a lot of hydrating kind of food. So I was just trying to get in as many calories as I could. Yesterday, I was feeling good, so I did about a 15-mile bike ride and tried to push myself at times just to see how the legs felt, and they're feeling pretty back to normal.
Good, good. And so today, 100% feeling
today
great,
I'd say I'm about 95%. I got some blisters on the bottom of my feet that kind of still a little tender, but I'll be running tonight and probably do about, we usually do about a 6 or 7 mile run on Wednesday, so back in action. Yeah, so there you have it, 100 miles, top 50 placement, great time, broke 24 hours, looking good, feeling good, and doing this all on the raw food lifestyle. So congratulations. Thanks,
and
Glen.
thanks for spending some time. Just update the crowd really quick, some things leading up to Raw Spirit Fest.
Well, tonight, with Laura Fox, I believe it's Sedona Talk Radio. You could look it up even under Raw Inspirations. I think you'll find it if you Google that. I'll be doing a little interview with her, along with Rainbow Mars, Happy Oasis of founder of Raw Spirit, and Sherry Soria of Living Light Culinary Institute. And that is at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so on the East Coast it'll be 10 o'clock, and you could go on the internet and then find a number and know the number to call in. And at the end of August, Philip McCluskey, myself, and Suki Zoe of the UK will be driving cross country and making a lot of stops along the way leading up to Raw Spirit Festival. So.
Awesome, good stuff. Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
And lastly, for those of you who have a garden at home, I want to talk about what happens when you lose focus on your garden. You go run a 100-mile race on the weekend and you don't feel like doing any gardening in the next couple days. You can end up with something that looks like this. This is a raw food. I believe this is a zucchini, maybe on steroids, maybe not. We're not quite sure what Frank puts in his garden water, but this is amazing. So come down to Catch a Healthy Habit Cafe. We're going to put this in the spiralizer, I think, and we're going to make some raw pasta, and we're going to have a pasta party. So come visit. We're on 487A, Campbell Ave in West Haven, And we thank you for taking the time to check us out. Goodbye.
Peace.